What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today, and if you have not heard the news yet, we had a massive day on the VIP and the free picks right here on this channel that I give out every single day in these videos. Now, what's funny about it is literally, I think I talked about this like 2 days ago, is I said, guys, we've had an incredible World Cup. We've pretty much reached all-time highs almost every day. I think we've literally had a winning day like almost every day this in the past 7 days. And the thing about it that was funny to me, crazy to me, and it was this day when I was talking about these kind of hits here, because it was this day where we hit like a 9.25x, and we had some plays that missed by like 0.5 and stuff. And I said, what's crazy is that we actually haven't had like a massive breakout day where we've gone up like 25 or 30 units, because normally this happens about once a month, maybe once every 5 weeks. And again, here it is. We go 25 units in one day. We have an absolute breakout type of day. Now, breakout day is maybe not the right word, because we were already breaking out during the World Cup. Like, it was already insane how many units we were going up. But again, 25 unit day. Again, I'm telling you guys that just some days everything goes right? Eventually, when you have enough days stacked to us, and again, we're long-term thinkers on this channel, you're going to have a day where everything goes right to us, right? And even yesterday, we had a losing day. We had a losing day yesterday. And if you saw yesterday's video, we had this missed by 0.5, we had this missed by 0.5, we had this missed by 0.5. And I'll even say, like, there were people that were like, oh man, like, we're getting unlucky, we're getting unlucky, or like maybe we need to stay away from the esports plays and stuff. And like, I get all that stuff, but guys, it's one day. We have one bad day. Yeah, we're gonna have some 0.5 misses around here. And again, this is what I'm talking about. We're like, we have an unlucky day like this. I don't know, what did we go down? Like 3 units? Like, who really cares? It's 3, 4 units, whatever. I honestly, even yesterday's video, I talked about, like, guys, it's kind of nice to have a losing day once in a while, because you get brought back down to earth and be like, all right, maybe, not every day we're going to cash a 4-man. But guys, then we come back yesterday. Massive day, 25 unit day. I'm probably not going to be able to go through absolutely everything on the screen here, so I apologize about that. But guys, we take the Morocco guys to go under together. Again, this was right here on this channel like 3 days ago. Cashed this for a 5x. 2 days ago, we take this with Kyle Schwarber, and we take these French guys to go under. They both go under together. And then what's crazy is on the VIP, I took Messi's discount, and I took the Morocco guys to go over. I took Hakimi, and I took Banu to go over. And I actually explained this in one of my videos, that goalkeepers, when they're facing good teams, like France, the best team in the world, the best, they're favored to win the World Cup right now, that goalkeepers will likely go over because they're going to get more goal kicks and stuff. And I kind of just threw in Hakimi because he's the best player on this team. And I was kind of expecting between this entry and this entry to maybe cross my fingers and at least hit one of them. But we end up somehow hitting both of them, right? It doesn't really make sense. And again, sometimes it doesn't have to make sense. Sometimes you just have that type of day where everything hits. I will say that this guy right here was really on track to go over, but luckily he gets pulled out of the game at, I think, like the 62nd minute, something like that. So very, very happy for him to see him get pulled out of the game, because he was pretty much guaranteed going over. He was on pace to go over, gets pulled out of the game. Very happy. A little bit of luck involved as well, so happy about that. It's nice to see us get lucky here and have a massive day, go up 25 units. Like I said, absolutely smashed through all-time highs. We're up 186 units so far this year in 2026. Guys, we're at the middle of the year point, okay? I told you guys, if we can hit 200 units by football season, we should be able to, I'm not going to say easily, but guys, this is what I've done 3 years in a row. I've gone up 300 units during football season, using college football and the NFL to do so. So I'm not guaranteeing anything. I don't want to guarantee anything on this channel. And I don't want to come off as arrogant either, ever. All I want to get across, guys, is that I'm experienced, okay? I've done this for 1,000 days straight, made a video on this channel. I've given out probably like 8,000 bets to you guys on the VIP over the past 2.5 years. I know what normally happens. When I say, guys, we're kind of due for a day going up 25 units, it's because I know I've gone through this 20, 30, 40 times, right? When we go down and we have some unlucky times by 0.5 in Dota, 0.5 in Valorant, 0.5 in Valorant, this is what I'm talking about. One day is not going to stray us away from absolutely anything, right? We could have a whole week next week where we just go down 3 units, 4 units, 5 units every day. What do you think I'm going to be doing on the 8th day? I'm going to be taking correlated entries, because I am certain that this stuff works long term. How do I know this? Because again, I track absolutely everything. This is the past 2.5 years. I I actually need to update this because now we're at probably like 1,100 units. I can't get that number right. 1,100 units in the past 2.5 years or even more. But again, guys, I've tracked absolutely everything. Everything is on this channel. If you're a $10 bettor, you'd be up $1,800, actually more than $1,800 so far this year. Again, my goal and what we should be able to hit by the end of the year is 500 units, which means you'd be up $5,000 on PrizePicks and Underdog by the end of the year. I will also say I'm running a pass right now where you can get entire 2026 access for only $99. That's going to be the first link in the description. I will say I've kind of gone back and forth of like, I told you guys it would end at midnight. I told you guys all this stuff. I just want to say, I appreciate so many of you guys reaching out to me. You guys are actually tailing these entries, loving it, taking these picks, making money every day. The next slide I'm going to show is you guys texting me, leaving comments on these videos. And like, I really, during football season, I normally get about 2, 3, sometimes even 4x the amount of views that I do right now in like June, July and stuff. So if you're here watching these videos in June, July, the summer months, right, when we're talking about soccer, we're talking about esports, which of course we're going to keep betting on those things in the fall and stuff. But if you're watching this video, all I can say is I appreciate you. And if you're not in the VIP yet, this is going to be the best pass to get because you're going to get 6 months of VIP access. I kid you not. I have had people buy this 2 days ago, a day ago, and they have already paid this off. And they sent me screenshots of proof that they did so. Literally, I'll show you guys right now, right? Here are the screenshots. So many of you guys, I literally posted a story on my Instagram. And I said, guys, send me the wins. And I had like 10 to 20 of you guys send me wins. Here's just a couple of them, right? This guy, look at this. He cashed all of these plays with my picks. This guy a couple days ago, goated, made $200 already. Sofa King, I know you're watching this video. If you're watching this video, leave a comment. Tell me how much you're up this week because I know you crushed it this week. This is a couple of days ago now where you said $2,000 the last week. And now we've had a 25 unit day. So how much do you think he's up? He's probably up a lot of money over these past couple of days. This guy made a 6-man, cashed a 6-man for this right here. This was a whole thing where he sent me like 5 or 6 screenshots. Another thing where he sent me 5 or 6 screenshots right here. This guy put all the plays together and cashed the 2 free picks that I gave him. Amazing stuff, guys. I do want to say that, again, this is going to be the best opportunity to get into the VIP for the entire 2026. You're going to get pretty much the entire football season. You'll miss out on the playoffs, but I'll have a playoff pass for you guys that you guys can go ahead and purchase that as well. I also want to say that this price, 1,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000,000% is going to be way higher when football season comes around, okay? So just in full transparency, I'm going to have a NFL season pass, an NFL college football season pass, which is going to be all my plays from the first preseason game to the Super Bowl, and it's probably going to be at least 3x this price, okay? So again, get in now. You're going to actually get all those plays, and you're going to get all the plays that I have, up until the football season starts as well, right? And I also want to say, like, the World Cup, it's kind of dwindling to an end. We're getting into like the semifinals and the finals. So there's only like 5 games, 6 games left. They're going to be massive games, but that doesn't mean that soccer is all of a sudden going to end. Actually, the MLS is starting up next week. So U.S. American soccer, the MLS, is starting up next week. And what's cool about the MLS is they have like 15 games a weekend. So there's a lot of games in the MLS. I'm sure after the World Cup ends, there's even women's soccer that's happening tomorrow too that I'm probably going to throw a bet out on the VIP because women's soccer is great also. But after the World Cup ends, it's gonna go back to its regular scheduled program. There's tons of soccer always happening across the world, whether it's in Brazil or US or Europe or Italy or wherever it is. There's always soccer going on. Okay, so it's not just like the World Cup's gonna end, now we're done with soccer, and now we're gonna move on to like only esports, guys. We're always going to be betting on soccer, on esports, on football. Okay, those are our main things that we always bet on. Okay, now let's get into the first pick of the day. I know I talked a lot. It's just, guys, we had a massive day. It's time to celebrate a little bit. Very happy about that. I also just want to say, guys, when we have a massive day, I'm going to come on here and say the same stuff. Hopefully you guys understand that I'm not like, when we have a massive day, super, super high in the air and, it's super celebrating. When we have a bad day, I'm like all down in the dumps. Guys, I treat this professionally. I keep my emotions in check. You have to keep your emotions in check because it's really easy to win. It's easy to win, right? We all want to win. But I'm telling you guys, at some point, there's going to be a downturn, right? And we're not going to be feeling very good, and we might have a bad week or a bad maybe 10 days or something like that. And it always happens, right? As I said, I'm experienced. I've gone through this stuff a lot. And again, keep level-headed. think of times like this. Think of times like this where we're just up, cashing every single day, reaching all-time highs. Again, a turbulent time is going to come eventually. It's sports betting, guys. You're going to eventually run into a losing streak, okay? So just keep that in the back of your mind too. Every single day, whether we win or lose, I really try to say the same stuff. And the reason why is because sports betting, we could go down 8 units in a day, and that's just how sports betting is, guys. That's part of the program, all right? We go up 25 units. That's what we do here. We go up units and we win long term, and that is what I'm here to do for you guys today. And let's get into the first pick. All right, so the first pick is on BETR here today. We do have Conor McGregor. He literally needs to go in and just punch Max Holloway one time. So as long as he does that, this play will cash here. I will also say that PrizePicks will most definitely have a promo either tomorrow or Saturday. So we'll see what's up there. I'm kind of liking McGregor to win. I'm not gonna lie. I think his odds are a little bit inflated, or Max Holloway's odds are a little bit inflated. But Conor McGregor, I love the guy. I do. I'm a big fan of him. And I do think Conor McGregor obviously is going to get one punch. So this is a free pick right now on BETR. Again, if you don't know what we do on BETR and Sleeper, I talk about this a lot. But all you do is you just take the discounts every day. It's really simple. You can make another $300 to $400 a month using BETR and Sleeper. I just withdrew $400 from Sleeper for the past 2 months. All right. So I make I would say about $150 to $200 on BETR and on Sleeper a month, and then you withdraw and you make about $300 to $400 a month on BETR and Sleeper. And again, maybe it sounds like a lot to you, maybe it doesn't, but I'm sure you could use an extra $300 to $400 a month, and that's just great for everyone to do that, right? Again, if you use that $300, you buy a year pass for 2026, get the next 6 months for $99. Then you're going to cash a lot more than just $99 when you go ahead and purchase that, okay? Leo Monster, we're going to take him under 24.5 kills, maps 1 through 2. Really solid entry there on BETR, of course, because of that free entry for McGregor there. And let's get into the PrizePicks play of the day, all right? So this Norway and England game, we did not cash the MLB guy yesterday, which I believe is, I forget his name, who we actually took, is right here, Riley Green. Riley Green did absolutely nothing yesterday. Do I care? No, because obviously we had 2 massive cashes the past 2 days. So, of course, guys, sometimes the MLB guy's not going to do anything. The Athletics played really bad, and they only got 1 run. So it kind of is what it is. He did really bad. We're going to focus our attention to Dansby Swanson now, and we're going to take him over 3 hitter fantasy score. This is a phenomenal play. Literally on the 1st of July, he got 54 hitter fantasy score. He got 3 home runs. So this guy can definitely hit the ball, and he's seeing the ball very well, right? If we go to his home runs, you're seeing that he had 2 and then he had 3 home runs, and he hasn't had one since in the past week or whatever. But guys, he is really seeing the ball well. We definitely do not need a home run from him. We just need like a couple of runs here. But 3 fantasy scores, absolutely nothing for a guy that can come out and hit 3 home runs in one day. I will also say the Cubs have been very hot. I've been loving betting on the Cubs the past two-ish weeks, something like that, because again, if you can find these players that are on a hot streak, and if you can find these teams that are on a hot streak, then that's a really good methodology to take these guys over their hitter fantasy score, because again, if you have guys on base, the more guys on base, the more likely you're going to get hits, runs, RBI, stuff like that. It's going to put pressure on the pitcher, everything like that, okay? So again, Cubs very hot. Dansby has been very hot as well, so I'm going to take him over. These hitter fantasy score lines, guys, I don't really talk about them much. A lot of times I just come on these videos and be like, guys, he's hot right now and stuff, but like, guys, if you look into these lines and you really do research on Pick Finder, which is where I do some of my research for some sports, you can find phenomenal plays, like multiple great plays a day in the MLB with these hitter fantasy score lines. Like plays that it's like, guys, this might have a 75% hit chance of this guy hitting. Like 3 for Swanson is crazy low. You really don't even ever see anyone lower than 3. And he's a strong hitter. Like he's been doing very well recently, okay? So we're going to take him over 3. 3 is like the lowest that you ever see anyone. You don't see anyone under 3. So 3 is like the absolute minimum that this line should be. I will say, because this line is probably going to bump, I would take it at 3 and I would take it at 3.5, okay? So go ahead and take both those. And then we're going to go ahead and take Sander Berg, and we're going to take David Mole-Wolf, I think is how you say that name, or Wolf maybe, if it's kind of like a German pronunciation. But anyway, Honestly, a really sick name there, but Wolf is right here, and then Berg is right here, guys. And again, I'm taking these guys over, actually. Norway, England, kind of like McGregor, where I think that he's an underdog and he could potentially knock out a favored opponent. I think Norway, similar thing. I actually think Norway potentially wins this game against England, okay? And I do think Norway has really impressed me. England did not look very good against Mexico, even though they had a red card and stuff. And I do think Norway is going to have really good possession. I think this game is a very 50-50 match in my mind, okay? I think Norway, England, very 50-50. And I think Norway is a much better team than people give them credit for. They have a really strong team through and through, a really balanced team, I will also say, right? Odegaard, really, really solid player. You could also potentially take him over. Holland, obviously, the best striker in the world, if pretty much. And then they just have a really solid defense. Okay, so I think these guys should go over together. And again, if they have a lot of possession in their game, if they have a lot of possession versus England, then they will both go over together. If they don't have as much possession, then they will both go under together. Okay, this is what I talk about pretty much every day in the World Cup, and we're going to continue doing this in soccer. This is exactly what we did for these picks here. If you do not have that much possession, you're going to go under. If you have a lot of possession, you're going to go over. Okay, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know I didn't go over absolutely everything. Some of these misses and stuff. Like here's a football miss where these guys, this guy throws for like 340 yards, and so his receiver gets 67 yards, right? So again, this is football for you, right? Football is very correlated. You have a quarterback receiver, they're either going to go over or under together. So again, this is our strategy that we use in football, in esports, and in soccer, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching. You guys know where to find me. My number is up here on the screen. You guys can sign up for these different apps like Kalshi and BETR and Sleeper, and all you have to do is put $10 or less into these apps, and you can go ahead and get a free month or two of the VIP. NOVIG's a big one where you just have to put in $1. Please text me first, though, so I get you guys the right instructions and everything to get signed up for these apps, all right? Thank you guys again, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.